My name's Shane Smith. I'm a coordinator of the Ipswich City Council. I've been working for Ipswich City Council for 37 years, and over the last 14 years I've been working in the signage installation maintenance area. So we look after all of the council's network road signs. We had a project where we had a large guide sign that got affected by some storm damage, and we needed a system that was going to take the rigours of storms or damages. So we looked on Del North site, had a look on their new calculator and wind rating, soil conditionings, and we found that the posts that we needed were something that we could find in that system.
How did you find using the calculator to reach the appropriate product for your project?
We've used these sort of posts before, but we found that the new calculator pinpointed exactly what we wanted.
What steps did you have to go through to line everything up?
It was just a matter of just going on site, talking to the sales rep, getting a quotation on what we needed, and then go through the process of getting a purchase order developed and ordering the parts in.
So have you found the experience of using the Optimast system, I guess from the cages and the footing system through to execution of the posts and standing of the sign?
Relatively easy with the design plans that we had on site. They had depths and diameters for our holes to be put in place. Obviously we needed to do a dive before you dig on site. Once we found out that we were clear, we engaged a vacuum excavation company to come and vacuum excavate our holes. Cages went in very easily, concreted those in place, and then let them go off and cure for the time, but making sure we went by the specifications vertically and levelled everything, so they're nice and perpendicular to the supports.
Given that it's a new system and the highest safety standard with the mesh design, and how would you compare it with, obviously you're replacing a breakaway system?
Breakaway systems, they're very cumbersome, they're heavy, there's a fairly large wait time in the delivery of those items, whereas with the Optimast, they're on the shelf. We can have them up on site within the week.
Given that these are sort of for 10 metre squared signage and bigger, and your experience with gantry signs, how did you find the overall bringing everything together with your crew?
There is a little bit of weight, and it does need some mechanical aid to lift them into place. With a little crane on a job truck or a fitted crane from a crane company, quite easy to lift and install. The instructions that are also given on the Del North site to install the install of the cages and the posts, it's very simple to understand.
Would you recommend this to other people in your industry?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It'd be something that's a better replacement to the breakaway system that you've used previously?
Yes, it would be. You've got to look at the liability for the motorist as well. For the system, if it does happen to be run into, it potentially could save their life.
It's obviously a big concern in this business into councils and state authorities that you're using the safest system. We generally, as a local government, want to make sure that if we're putting up installations, that it's engineered and it's to a process where TMR have actually given the big green tick that it's safe to use on main road or public roads. How did you finding the documentation to suit TMR approvals around the usage of this sort of thing?
Everything's on the website, so it's very easy, accessible to get that information that's required. Someone just wants to get on that Signfix Del North site. I would definitely contact customer representatives and seek their experience and their sales advice.
Now, this is your first install with the Optimast. What would you say to those that are on the fence as to whether they move to the new system?
We can't always do what we've done in the past. Just look at new ways of doing things. Now that I've seen the whole project being put in place, it does look very appealing, very streamlined, the look of the aluminium post. We've been using Signfix posts now for a couple of years. And now that we've used the Optimast, it's the big daddy of the aluminium post system. It's a renewable asset.
What do you find is the beauty of being able to replace this system if it is impacted or has similar sort of dramas into the future?
The initial impact on the storm, it actually broke away the flush plate on the breakaway. If we can get a design where the base footing is secure and not going to be damaged, it's just a matter of replacing the post. When we have to replace the total footing, that's where the true costs come out.
And I guess the appeal would be, like you're saying, you don't have to muck around with the footing at all and replace it.
They could be up in 2 and 3 days. By the end of the week, the post could be structured back on site.